Look, you at home have asked us to stay on the big banks' case. Interest rates, profits are now something that's really going to tick you off at home. We have discovered 92 banks right across the country have shut their doors or had closure notices since September last year. 92 banks. The majority of these banks, you guessed it, are in regional towns where the population is expanding and the economy is booming, where they really need it. But the big four banks are telling these communities there's just not enough foot traffic to stay open. This is how much the banks made last year. They can't find the cash to keep a regional facility open. Westpac, almost $5.7 billion. The Commonwealth, almost $9.7 billion. NAB, $6.9 billion, and ANZ, $7.1 billion. These towns deserve better. Well, Cloncurry in Queensland, a town with a population of almost 4,000 people, is the latest victim. Its local Westpac closing down in just a few months' time. The Cloncurry Mayor, Greg Campbell, joined us now. Greg, thanks for your time this morning. This is another blow for you.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for looking at our story. Our town's booming, thriving. You know, we've got growing population. We're in the heart of some of the best mineralised areas in the world, producing the minerals that we need for a decarbonised future. We produce green, clean beef for the world and our own country. We're on the cusp of great things happening in irrigated agriculture sustainably. Our town is thriving, and yet instead of Westpac supporting us, as they have done, and the town in turn supported them for over 100 years, Westpac's turning their back on us and walking away. It's really disappointing, frustrating, and just doesn't make sense. Like, if a business went to a bank and said all the things that are happening in the community, I'm sure the bank would throw money at them to invest.
No, look.
And what a message that sends when they're turning their back on us.
And look, I'm on your side here, and I think the whole of Australia is. The banks were given all sorts of a helping hand during the COVID, and they were able to borrow at cheaper rates. There's an inquiry, a Senate inquiry, that's going to start tomorrow in Canberra about all of this. I don't know how they're going to justify it, given their profits, and given they should be giving back to the community, communities like yours, when you've got all those profits. How will this impact this closure on the town?
Oh, there's a number of factors that it'll impact. One will be our elderly, our Indigenous, our community groups that rely on that face-to-face contact, being able to transfer money, being able to withdraw cash that they're not up with internet banking. But it is also what message that it sends. When the community and the area is thriving so much, when what should be the pillar of the community, one of our banking institutions, is walking away, that tells other investors, well, are we actually seeing the true fact? And the facts are this place is booming, people should invest, and it's just a crazy, silly decision by the bank.
Yeah, it is just awful for the community there to feel it. We know in Junee, I've got a mate, Danny, in Longreach. The NAB's closing up there after decades. I mean, walking away from country towns is about as low as it gets. I'm sure, though, the bank and the council were told, via phone calls, some kind of Zoom setup. How were you told that the banks were going to close?
On a Friday afternoon, about a week ago, with a cut and paste generic email. No personal contact, not a phone call from our relationship manager. Even some of the major customers just found out by word of mouth. And that's what's really annoyed some really major customers, that they weren't even consulted. We've got a sign on the wall over my shoulder that says "Connect with us," and they do anything but. And I think they're that used to being able to close banks and nobody says anything, that it's become business as usual.
Yeah. Well,
and we're not going to just stand by and let them walk away. We're going to show them what that means to us, that we're more important than that. And that our town deserves better. All
right, look, I know that the Commonwealth Bank has suspended 2 potential closures already based on the outcome of this inquiry in Canberra. That's a step in the right direction. The only way we're going to help here, I think, is through people power that you're showing in Cloncurry. You have our thoughts and best wishes. Thanks for being on the show. Appreciate it. Sarah.
Thank you. Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.